Belinda, Michelle, I'm coming for you!
Well, a very good evening to each and every one of you, and welcome to this week's episode of Your Manchester. Hello, Shell!
Hello then, I thought you'd been replaced by Trekkie Monster then.
I look exactly the same, don't I?
You do the hairstyle and everything.
Thank you. Trekkie Monster, of course, a character from a fabulous musical called Avenue Q. He was here before, you know.
I always miss the good ones.
He was here, he was having fun with us. Do you want to see what he had to say?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Trekkie Monster!
We have got a special guest right here now for you. It's all the way from the musical of Avenue Q, and this is probably the most freakiest interview I've done in a very long time. We're not just speaking to a human, although we've got one with us. We've also got a monster here as well. It is Trekkie Monster, and of course, ELLIS DACKOMBE, everybody. How are you both?
Well, I'm very well, thank you.
Yes.
And Trekkie, how are you?
Yes, very good, thank you, and good pronunciation of his name. It's very difficult to get sometimes.
Thank you. Where does your name come from, Trekkie?
Oh, well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
That sounds like good fun. Now, you live on a very special street, don't you, Trekkie? It's the street called...
Avenue Q!
Yes, it's an avenue, isn't it?
It is.
And what goes on there? Anything or nothing?
Oh, well, I tend to spend most of my time in my room. I don't really like to get out much.
What is it you do in your room, then?
Well, I like the internet.
Oh, yeah? Anything particular about the internet? Google, something, anything?
Yeah, I use Google a lot. Mainly for, porn! I love porn so much! Oh my god!
Yes. And you spend a lot of time in there watching that, do you?
All day long.
Yeah?
And all night.
And all night?
I never sleep.
That's probably why your right hand's so flexible today, isn't it?
Yeah, but short today.
Your hair's very nice, I have to say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. What's your favorite color?
Hot pink.
Oh, we're gonna get on just fine.
We can watch porn together.
Oh, please. Yeah, come over whenever you like.
Literally. So, ELLIS, you've been doing this lovely musical. This is really freaking my eyeliner. ELLIS, you've been doing this musical, and you are part of the, well, you play everybody within the show, don't you?
Yeah, I'm part of the ensemble, and there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
And between the 4 of us, we cover all of the roles in the show. We also operate puppets backstage, we sing backstage. Everything you hear on Avenue Q, the UK tour, is live. Nothing is pre-recorded. And it is our job to make sure that the show runs smoothly, no matter what happens.
How do you go about learning so many roles?
A lot of coffee.
Because it's not just the roles you're learning, it's not just the songs you're learning. Obviously, you've got a slight extension to one of your hands.
Yes.
And I guess they all come in different positions and different ways of operating them as well.
They do indeed. So it's not only learning the voices, the different voices. I have to do 3 if I'm on for this track. Nikki kind of speaks a bit like this. The bad idea bears up really high. And then obviously you've already heard this one. I'll give him a rest. So not only the voices but the puppeteering. There's a lot of technicalities that come into doing the different puppets. Every puppet has a different sort of niche way of like making it become alive and look real, and you've got to kind of try and perfect those while sticking to character and the voices. And
had you worked with puppets before?
No, I had not. None of us had actually, apart from Tom. And they prefer that.
Right.
Because then they kind of teach you their way of operating them. You know, there's no bad habits, that kind of thing. You know.
For people watching this and seeing our Trekkie here, they've already kind of guessed that he's high. Are you still all right over there?
Oh, yes, yeah.
I'll get back to you in a minute.
Oh, okay.
They've probably guessed already that this is not for the faint-hearted, is it?
No, it's not. There's an age restriction on the posters, 14 plus. It's a suggestion, really. Yeah, it's not you know. And yeah, do you know what? It comes across like it's going to be too naughty or too kind of outrageous, but it's full of heart. It's a real good feel good factor about the show.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes, yeah.
Because a lot of the songs they come across as perhaps within their outset message as being quite crude or quite vulgar, but actually due to the story and the characterization of a lot of the characters the puppets and
Yes.
of course the people
Yeah,
in it
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. It's actually got a lot of heart, hasn't
It's
it?
lovely, and that's where they really capture that Sesame Street vibe, where children are kind of taught on Sesame Street, where if you grow up and do anything, if you dream hard, like dream big, work hard, whatever. And on Avenue Q, life's not like that. Life's not as idealistic as that, and it's quite tough. But what's nice about it is that it's kind of the message is that that's only for now, for want of a better phrase, because things will be all right. And that's what's nice about the show, is that you kind of leave thinking, oh, do you know what, I laughed, I had a good time, but I kind of feel a little bit uplifted. So
This show is with us and for the rest of this week, isn't it?
it is, yeah, we're here until Saturday.
And
Yeah.
it's probably already sold out, or is near enough to selling out.
It's getting there, yeah.
But
there's
if people
not
want
many
tickets,
left.
they should get onto the Palace Opera House website,
Yes,
Ticketmaster, and all that.
Yeah, or
and get
call up the
themselves-
box office, whatever it may be. Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's definitely one that you definitely should see. Not for the faint-hearted, but thank you very much, Ellis.
Not at
And
all.
thank you very much to our lovely Trekkie.
Oh, thank you. It was a pleasure. I'll see you later tonight, yes?
I'll let you get back to your porn.
Oh, yeah!
Thank you. We've got somebody back now. I'll give you a clue.
Oh.
Beanbag.
Is it our pet dog?
Yes, actually. You're really not far off at all with that, are you? She is back. It is our gorgeous HAYLEY. Hello.
Do you know, you two get away with far too much.
Where have you been?
I've been all over the place. I've been to Jersey.
Yeah.
And I've been filming on Cold Feet as
Oh,
well.
yeah. What are
Yeah.
you doing in Cold Feet?
Can't tell you the role at the moment because it gives away too much of the storyline.
Oh, nice.
But-
Is it dramatic or is it funny?
Bit of both.
Okay.
I love Coffee. Very, very iconic. Just like you, my dear.
Oh,
So
well.
have you missed us? We missed you.
I've missed you and I've been giddy, haven't I, since I got in the studio?
You have been giddy.
Yeah.
You have been very, very. It's a strange time though, speaking about actresses, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we've got to that point. Did you see the story in the papers the other day?
I did, because I'm not a big EastEnders fan,
No.
but this
Yeah.
caught my eye. Tell me a little bit more about it. This is Katie Jarvis.
Yeah, she played Hayley in EastEnders,
Right.
And I think she left. I think it was February, and
Of
she.
her own accord, or because they just got rid?
I think it was just end of storyline. I think
Okay.
it was just the end of the contract, just
Right.
like she was in for 6 months or a year or something, and that was it for now. You know, so she did what all actors, in my opinion, do, and she got a job.
Yeah.
And she got a job like everyone in our industry more or less does on the side to support her profession. And she has 2 children and she's working in B&M's as a security guard.
And they've made a big deal about this, haven't they? They've really gone for her.
Certain newspapers, which I don't like to mention the name of because I don't want to give them any sort of credit really, have really gone to town on her, and I felt really sorry for her. And my first thought, and I think I tweeted this as well, was woman gets job. I mean, there must be no news that day. Do you know what I mean? I mean, how dare they do that?
Because a lot of people forget that acting's actually a job.
Yeah, and I think also, I blame the media for this as well, and to a certain extent, the mainstream media, is that they make it out that it's such a glamorous world, and occasionally it is, but most of the time, as we all know, it's not. It's really, really hard, and most actors and most creatives that I know, they might have a job, a non-industry job, as I'd say, all the time, or some of the time.
Do you know, it takes me back to, many years ago, there used to be this programme called Rainbow. I don't know if you
Oh,
remember it.
God,
And do you
Rainbow.
remember Jeffrey
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Rainbow, the man, not the puppets and everything?
I could do some
There
innuendos on that.
There was a newspaper that went to town on him because
Yeah.
they found him stacking shelves
Yeah.
in a supermarket
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
But again, the guy has got to have a career
I think
past
he's a
it.
taxi driver as well.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, what they're supposed to do, never ever work again or
Exactly.
support themselves. So
I
What
mean-
we
it's
should
hard.
do is when the journalist eventually becomes out of work, we should shame him for his next job.
Yeah,
And see how he feels
journalists
about that.
used loosely, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Well, yeah, very true indeed.
Mm.
But you've been doing a bit of journalism for us. You've been researching the what's going on the TV.
I have,
So,
yes.
give us a clue what's going on the TV.
Alrighty then. So, hi, I'm Hayley and welcome to On The Box. And today I'm not on a beanbag. I'm actually sat on a sofa. Woohoo! Now, it's absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Shell. It's absolutely wonderful to be back in the studio after all these weeks. As I just said, I've been in Jersey and I've also been filming on Cold Feet, which incidentally is still filming around Manchester at the moment. Now, on to the next thing I wanted to talk to you about, RuPaul's Drag Race. What do you think so far? Let me know. Drop me a tweet at HeyKate and at your MCR. And also, the last few weeks, I've spent time catching up on the new series a wonderful series called Pause, and that is set in New York. If you haven't seen it, do go on iPlayer and watch that. It's absolutely brilliant, and the second series actually starts at the end of this week, and I cannot wait. Honest to God, it's so good. Now, the film Judy, about Judy Garland, is proving to be a hit. Again, drop me a tweet, let me know your thoughts. Are you loving it? Are you not? How do you think Renee's doing playing Judy? And I must give a shout out to the American series Unbelievable. That's on Netflix. It's absolutely brilliant. It's based on a true story about a young girl called Marie who was raped, but no one actually believes her. And Marie is the victim of gaslighting from all angles. Now, that's it from me. I'll catch you next time. Bye.
There's an alarm going off here, I tell you, and everything and all sorts.
Do you know what that is, ladies and gentlemen?
What's that, love?
That's telling me to take my tablets.
You'll need to take tablets when you see this, Flower. Honestly, there's an immersive horror experience coming to Manchester very, very, very soon.
I've heard about this one.
We're all going to be put in these little tankers, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're going to be suppressed in sound.
Containers, scary sound. Well, we just had to hear a bit more about it, and you caught up with the guy behind it.
That's right, this is an interview that I had a few weeks ago with Mr. Thomas Moore.
I'll get my tablets.
We are here now with our next guest, an absolutely fabulous person who's going to tell us about a very immersive experience coming to, well, we don't actually know where, but we do know it's going to be somewhere in Manchester, and it's going to be here from the 29th of November to the 12th of January next year. That is a very long run. Welcome to you. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Tell us more about it. I'm intrigued and excited.
So, Survive the Nightmare is, it's a horror show inside a shipping container. Happens in the total darkness, and it happens in your ears. So everyone goes in and they're locked inside this container, of which they cannot escape, for 20 minutes. And they pop these headphones on and it goes dark, and the show happens to all intents and purposes around them, because in their head, how to explain it? So it's called binaural sound, and the way you record it is exactly the way that a human would hear it. So as we record, a microphone is placed in the same position as the human head will be on the day, and you pop your headphones on and you are listening to a very specific recording of that location inside the shipping container. So as all these horrendous things are happening around you, it tricks your brain into thinking that you are there.
I mean, this has been done before, hasn't it? But I mean, not on this level. It sounds like a lot of scientific experience has gone into this.
Yeah, so there are a few people who've done it quite a lot, and they really are the pioneers of this technology, and it's only really been coming into the mainstream over the past 2 years or so, and we decided to take it to the next level and make it really terrifying and try and scare everyone as much as possible.
The things they'll be hearing whilst they're in this container, obviously by the sheer title of it, it's going to be scary stuff.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give too much away, but in the first show, it's based around the idea of a haunted house. And all I will say is a haunted house and very scary, deranged child, and that is all I'm going to say. Oh. But I mean, it's petrifying. I wrote it, and even I am not looking forward to seeing it.
So when you write something like this, what are you writing? Are you writing down sounds or actions, or are you writing it almost as a proper script?
A little bit of both. So it's a script. It's pretty much 40 scripts. So I'm writing from the point of view of what each individual in that container is hearing. And not everyone hears the same thing.
Wow. Not everybody hears the same thing.
Yeah.
So is it a unique experience for absolutely everybody then?
Yeah.
You're giving nothing away now.
No.
That is sometimes better than giving too much away.
I mean, with this, I don't want to give too much away, because then people will have a chance to prepare for it, and I really, really want them to be as terrified as I'm going to be.
And how are you going to judge how terrified they're going to be? Are you going to be there?
Yeah, so before it opens, we have a week's worth of previews of guests coming in and trying it out. Before anyone experiences it, the entire team will go in and experience it for about 3 days, constantly. So honestly, it's like on repeat nightmare for 3 days. I've got it in my diary. I'm going to have some Xanax and a bottle of vodka, and I'll be fine by the end of it.
And normally at the end of these interviews, we ask, where is it going to be? Now, we're not actually aware of where it's going to be, are we?
No.
I mean, you are, obviously, by that smile of yours,
Yes.
you're totally aware of where it's going to be.
Yeah, so I know. As hopefully do the people who are going to be in it, because otherwise that's a nightmare. No, but it's coming to central Manchester.
Okay.
Secret location.
Okay.
We will start drip feeding that very soon.
And it's in a shipping container.
Yes, so it'll be pretty difficult to miss.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think where in central Manchester the shipping containers. I think I've got it, but we'll talk off camera about that. So when's it on again? It's on from the 29th of November to the 12th of January.
Yes, it's 6 weeks.
That's a really long run as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and there are 10 shows a day from 3 o'clock till 9 p.m. So it's pretty intense, and we're bringing it to Manchester before we take it to London. So it opens in London.
That's the right way to do it.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I think as well.
Indeed. Well, thank you ever so much for your time
Thank
today.
you.
I am very excited about this. If I can pluck up the courage to go to one of these things, I might do it.
Oh yeah, and we'll dry clean any of your costumes for you as
That's
well.
alright, I'll wear 3 layers of tenor lady. Fine. Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
You are going to need that tenor lady. It would scare me to death.
It would scare me too. It really would. Speaking of scary things,
Oh, yes.
you know there's a musical play, musical play, is it
Well,
a play?
yeah, I just
Play?
thought you were going to say we've got two lads on the sofa that are quite scary, but you know, if you
That
want to
is
go
normally
down
very
that road,
scary.
I do.
We should introduce them first of all, shouldn't we? Now, these are 2 of our new chappies that are
Yes.
helping us out.
They are part of the Your Manchester team.
That is right. We've got our lovely George and our lovely Jack as well. And they are going to be, they've been doing quite a lot of
Well,
stuff.
they've been
for us.
roving reporters on a specific performance of The Exorcist. Now, you thought it was a movie. It's not anymore. It's been taken to the stage. And you saw it, guys. Verdict?
Did you like it? Is it scary? Do you get scared by films, first of all?
We watched The Exorcist on Sunday.
Sunday night, yeah.
And it's sort of outdated now. So I think at the time, obviously...
Outdated? In
Well,
what way? I remember when it came out.
Oh,
What do you mean it's
gosh, yeah.
outdated?
So what was it, 60...
No, it was not.
73, sorry. 73.
A long time ago. Let's just say a long time ago.
The effects are very much outdated now compared to what you'd get on TV.
Well, that's because most of the effects done in the movie were actually really done in the movie rather than in
Yeah, and
post-production.
if you look at the film and then you go watch the theatrical
Yeah.
performance, they've implemented the same makeup and stuff.
Have they got
too.
famous heads?
Yeah, because Linda
Oh.
Blair was really famous as the woman that was possessed, wasn't she? She had all scratch marks on her face and did the whole head spinning. Is that what we can expect from the stage?
I think it's very similar to the film. Would you
Yeah.
agree with that?
The only thing they really couldn't do was the levitation, I suppose, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the stair bit.
Oh yeah,
Because you're not going to get a girl to crawl backwards down the stairs, are you?
Yeah. I
might
was
be a bit
wondering
hard.
if they'd do that. So.
Yeah.
But you did as a VT, didn't you?
You did?
Well, let's have a look at the VT.
Yeah, I'm dying to see it.
Do
Yeah.
that VT!
We're outside the Manchester Opera House. We've seen the film.
It's always this the scene where like a person possessed is always so nice. Oh my god. The head spins are brutal.
There's someone inside you.
Oh.
Who are you?
And now it's time to see the theatrical performance. I think we're going to try and get in with some of the crowd, see if they're excited for it, but there's already a queue. If you look down to your left, there's already a queue forming for the door. Film was somewhat scary. Let's see if the theatrical performance is.
Would you like to play a game, Regan?
Oh, there's one. Allez, plus d'un œil.
Right, so did you guys enjoy the performance?
It was incredible.
Unreal.
Yeah,
it's one of the best things I've ever seen on stage.
So do you guys go to the theatre a lot then?
We go to the theatre a lot. We both work in horror.
Oh, okay.
And this is one of the best things that we've ever seen.
So it's been branded as the scariest thing on theatre. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd reckon
I'd say it is one of the scariest things in theatre.
There's just tension throughout, so even without spoiling it in the interval, so it's still continuing with like the same kind of level of music, and it doesn't let up for any minute.
It has a lot of moments of silence, and to me that is one of the most scariest things in theatre.
You think it's quite true to the film? It's very accurate.
It would be very difficult to do that because we think it's on screen. You have plenty of time to be able to produce it on stage. You would have to be a genius. But what they did was they had all the special effects that were in the film were actually on stage, which was tremendous, and it was good to see because there are certain moments everybody remembers. We don't have to say what they are, but am I right in saying you expect those things, and they were there, and they were well done.
Right, so what did you think of the performance?
I thought it was really good, actually. Really close to the film. Really well acted. Scary.
Scary? What part scared you?
It was just the way the noises were, the scenery was. It was quite good.
So the performance finished about 10 minutes ago. As you can see, people have already scattered. I think it was sort of that scary. There was a lot of screams from the crowd, especially in the beginning. The lights sort of, rather than just dimming, it like exploded. So there was a loud sound, a lot of people screaming in the crowd. For me, I didn't find it that scary, but again, the reaction of the crowd was very much that it was feared. We've spoke to some people outside, really positive reviews, people saying it's really scary, people need to come see it. In that respect, maybe it is one to watch. There's some really funny elements in it. There's not too many, but it's well balanced throughout. It keeps it quite, routine, and it keeps it nice and balanced. With that, back to the studio.
Wow, that looks really scary, doesn't it?
Do you know what? I think, Jack, you've got nerves of steel because, honestly, some of those reactions of people, they were really, terrified and they loved it, didn't they?
Yeah. So the majority of the people we spoke to outside basically said, it's brilliant, you need to go see it, it's very true to the film. We had one person who wasn't willing to speak on camera, but he was like, I was a bit disappointed in all fairness. Yeah. And one person said it was a bit cheesy when they came out, but the majority of the people we spoke to loved it. They said it was so true to the film that they got it right and they smashed it.
Gosh, movie or film, George?
I'd probably have to go for the theatre one because it's live, it's actually happening. Like there's no magic happening in post-production. You're seeing it as if it was happening for real. And like Jack said in the VT, I think the scariest bit probably was actually at the start where they just cut the lights out.
They just go off, do you?
They just went off and then they played like this noise, it was like explosion noise.
Yeah, so it's rather than dimming the lights as you'd normally see, it was just a big bang and everyone started screaming.
Yeah.
And then someone walked down from the crowd and had his hands out, started...
Oh, don't give it all away, because it is on at the Opera House, isn't it, until Saturday? Yeah?
I believe so.
Brilliant, so you can catch it there.
It's good, isn't it?
If you are brave enough.
You can go and watch a nice scary thing or watch puppets.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Manchester for this week,
it
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
It
We're,
is.
we're very diverse and cultural.
We are. Thank you very much for doing that for us.
Right.
And speaking of scary things,
Go on.
Next week. Are you ready for next week?
I'm not really ready for next week. I have to say, I'm being dragged along to this, viewers.
It is our annual Scariness episode, everybody, where we are off to a secret location somewhere here within our...
And you know what it did to me last year?
Yeah, you were pretty upset by it, weren't you?
Very much upset.
It took you a good few months to get over it, didn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. But this is all, obviously, of course, because we are building up to Halloween. So this is our Halloween special of your Manchester, and it's going to scare your socks off.
Well, hopefully. We don't know.
Well, scare my tights off, yeah.
Scare you 20 deniers. Yes, it is going to be spooky, but make sure in the meantime you subscribe and like and tell everybody to tune in to our lovely episodes here only on Your Manchester.